Hi kiddies, let's start our today's session. The topic for the day is ratio and proportion from Unit 3A number. I repeat, the topic for the day is ratio and proportion. Let's see what ratio and proportion is with the help of our introductory part. So here comes the concept ratio and proportion. We'll start with the definition of ratio. What ratio is? Ratio is a comparison of two quantities. So ratio means simply it is a comparison of two or more quantities. This quantity can be of any objects, numbers, etc. So ratio it simply means comparison. Why I define it as two quantity means we need a minimum of two quantity to compare. We cannot compare a thing with if we have only one quantity with us. If there exists one quantity with us, we cannot compare. So there should exist a minimum of two, maximum of infinite or something, but minimum should be two. Then only we can compare. So ratio means it is a comparison of two or more quantities. If so, what proportion is? Proportion is an equality of two ratios. So if you have ratios, then it's easy to find proportion of that particular ratios. How you find a proportion is it is an equality of two ratios. So what ratio and proportion or how they differ is ratio means it is the comparison of two quantities, two or more quantities. If you have ratio only, you can find the proportion because why? Proportion is an equality of two ratios. So now you understand what ratio and proportion is. Ratio means a comparison of two or more quantities, whereas proportion is an equality of two ratios, two or more ratios. So this is about our introductory part regarding the concept ratio and proportion. Hope this is clear for you. Now we will move on to our application level of questions. Here comes your very first question. 1 in every 3 square in this pattern is black. The pattern continues in the same way. Copy and complete this table. So this is our patterns. Now what we need to complete is this table. So in the tabular column they have given white squares and black squares. In some area the number of white squares are there, but in some other places it is missing. So we need to find these missing numbers or missing parts in white square as well as black square area. Finding that missing numbers, they have given this pictorial representation where you can see a pattern with white color and black color. See, now look at this pattern. They're telling that this pattern continues in the same way. Then, or if so, if it is continuous in this same pattern or in the same way, then how you can able to complete this tabular column? That's a question. Okay, so this pattern is a combination of white and black shade. Now let's say the total number of parts in this pattern: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this out of 6 parts, 3 or how many parts are white? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 parts are white and 2 parts are black. So there are total 6 parts. Out of the 6 parts, 4 parts seems to be white and 2 parts seems to be black. Is there any connection between the number 4 and 2? 4 parts are white and 2 parts are black in shade. Any connection between this 4 and 2? Yes. The half of 4 is 2, or else you can say the double of 2 is 4. So this is the way the pattern continues, which means if this pattern continues, the number of white shades and black shade will be continuing in the same way, like how many whites and how many blacks. So here you see there are four whites and 2 blacks. So the white part seems to be more, and exact half the number of white parts seems to be black. So that was the idea. If so, here you can see in this tabular column white squares and black squares, and some area white squares are missing and in some area black squares are missing. So now from this pictorial representation or from this pattern, we got the idea that uh, if we have the number of white squares, then it's easy to find the number of black square. How? Half of white square gives you the number of black square. Suppose if they give you the number of black square and you need to find the number of white square, just double the black square. So here the missing part is black square. They have given you white square. So according to this pattern, white square is more and black square is half of this white square. So here it is 8. If so, how will you find the black square? Half of this 8. So that is 4. In the second area, they have given the black square and we need to find the white square. So black square is 6 and we need to find the number of white squares. So black square 6, then how will you find the white square? Double of black square, that is double of 6, which is 12. And here they have given you the number of white squares 14, and we need to find the number of black square, which means half of this white square. So half of 14 is 7. So now you got the idea by looking at pattern, finding the relation or comparing these or those two quantities and finding a relation, and on basis of that relation we are finding the or filling the missing areas. So this is how the answer part looks like. Is this clear? Shall we move to the very next question? Okay, here comes the second question. Saif makes green paint by mixing yellow paint with blue paint. He uses 2 cans of yellow paint for every 1 can of blue paint. Saif uses 8 cans of yellow paint to make enough green paint to decorate the bedroom. How many cans of blue paint does he use? So while reading the question, you might be getting confused because numbers are there. White paint, yellow paint, blue paint, green paint, and then more numbers are there. So it will be getting confused. But it's a very simple question. If you got confused by reading for the first time, just read it twice. Okay, so you will understand the question. So I will read once more the question. Okay, we will be going step by step. The first sentence in the question is, Saif makes green paint by mixing yellow paint with blue paint. So what he tried to say in the first sentence is, he was mixing yellow paint with blue paint, which gives you green paint. So you have 2 color paints, that is yellow paint and blue paint. And you are mixing this yellow and blue paint to get a green paint. Okay, that much clear? Okay. In the next sentence, it is telling that he uses 2 cans of yellow paint for every 1 can of blue paint. So in the first sentence, it is said that he is mixing 2 color, that is yellow with blue, to get a green paint. Now they're giving the ratio, how they are mixing the paint to get the green paint. So that is, for getting a green paint, Saif is taking 2 cans of yellow paint and 1 can of blue paint. So how he mixed these 2 paints to get a green paint is, he took 2 cans of yellow paint and 1 can of blue paint and he mixed it. So he got a green paint. Now, in the third statement, it is telling that Saif uses 8 cans of yellow paint to make enough green paint to decorate the bedroom. How many cans of blue paint does he use? So the question is, he used 8 cans of yellow paint to make enough green paint, but they didn't mention how many cans of blue paint Saif used. So that we need to find out. So how we will find the answer for this question is, it's very simple. We will do. This is the pictorial representation. See here, this is the combination. 2 yellow paint with 1 blue paint gives you a green paint. So, shall we start doing the answer part? Okay. Now, the first step is we will be starting from the given details. Let's see what it is. Given 2 cans of yellow paint is mixed with every 1 can of blue paint to make a green paint. So 2 cans with 1 can of blue paint. Now the question is, Saif uses 8 cans of yellow paint to make enough green paint. If so, how many cans of blue paint does he used? So 2 cans. They already mentioned 2 cans of yellow paint, then 1 can of blue paint. So here the question is 8 cans of yellow paint. So how many cans of blue paint? 2 cans, it is 1. 4 cans, it will be 2. How? 2 cans of yellow paint, 1 can of blue paint. So 2 plus 2 becomes 4. So there again we are using 1 can. So 2 can, then it is 1 can of blue paint. 4 cans of yellow paint, then it is 2 cans of blue paint. Now 6 cans of yellow paint, then it is 3 cans of blue paint. 8 cans of yellow paint, then it is 4 cans of blue paint. So the answer is 4 cans of blue paint. I will repeat how I got the answer. See, this picture is enough. See, he took 2 yellow to get a green paint. He mixed with 1 blue paint. So in this question, Saif uses 8 cans. So for 2 cans, 1 blue paint. So 4 cans, it will be another one. So that is 2 blue paints. If it is 6 yellow paints, then it is 3 blue paint. If it is 8 yellow paint, it is 4 blue paint. Or else you can easily find the relation from here. See, this is the way we mix the paint yellow and blue to get a green paint. See here, you can see 2 yellow and 1 blue. 2 and 1. Is there any relation between this 2 and 1? Yes. Half of 2 is 1, or double of 1 is 2. We will be taking the relation half of 2 is 1. So 2 yellow, you will be getting the blue paint number as half. When you having the yellow paint number, you will be getting the number of blue paint. So here they have given the number of yellow paint, that is 8 cans. So 8 cans of yellow paint. Then how will you find the number of blue paint? Just half this 8. So that is 4. So in this way also you can find the answer. So hope this is clear. See, I already mentioned 2 ways. I think the second method is enough, easy, because we did that in that way the first question, which means here you have 3 paints. That is 2 cans of yellow and 1 can of blue. You are mixing with these all these together. You will be getting a green paint. Now 2 yellow and 1 blue. So 2 and 1. The relation is half of 2, or half of yellow. Half the number of yellow paint cans gives you the number of blue paint can. So here the question is 8 cans of yellow paint, then how many cans of blue paint? 8 cans of yellow paint. So number of yellow paints they have given 8. So how to find the number of blue paint corresponding to this 8 cans? Just half this 8. So you will be getting the number of blue paint. So half of 8 is 4. Is this clear? Okay, now we will move on to the third question. A picture of a toy is 1/5 the size of the real toy. The toy is 5 centimeter high in the picture. How high is the real toy? So this is the picture. See, this is the picture of a toy board. Height of the picture they have given. See, the question is, a picture of a toy is 1/5 the size of the real toy. Actually, this is a picture of that toy. This size is not the exact size. What they have mentioned in the question is, a picture of a toy is 1/5 the size of the real toy. So this picture is actually 1/5 the size of the real toy. The toy is 5 centimeter high in the picture. So how high is the real toy? Shall we start doing the answer? So we will be starting with the given details. Given the picture of a toy is 1/5 the size of a real toy. Also, they have given the toy is 5 centimeter high in the picture. Actually, the toy is a real toy is a large one. The picture is only just 1/5 of the size. And they also mentioned the toy is 5 centimeter high in the picture. So 1/5, the size is given, and the toy is 5 centimeter high in the picture. So 1/5 and 5. So that is our relation or the hint we get from this question. So how we will find the height of the real toy is, we will be just multiply this 1/5 and 5. So that is 5 multiplied by 5. So the height of the real toy is 25 centimeter. Is this clear? Now we will move on to the fourth question. Zara is making sauce. She uses 5 tomatoes for every 1 liter of sauce. How many liters of sauce can she make from 15 tomatoes? B part. How many tomatoes does she need for 2 liters of sauce? So shall we start doing the answer? Okay, what the question is, Zara is making a sauce. She uses 5 tomatoes for every 1 liter of sauce. For making 1 liter of sauce, 5 tomatoes needed. And the A part question is, how many liters of sauce can she make from 15 tomatoes? So for 1 liter sauce, how many tomatoes we needed? 5 tomatoes. If so, if you have 15 tomatoes, how many liter can you make? That's the question. So 5 tomatoes, 1 liter. So 15 tomatoes, how many liter? Just divide this 15 by 5. You will be getting the answer, and that is the number of liter. So the A part is 5 tomatoes gives you 1 liter. So 15 tomatoes, how will you find the liter? 15 tomatoes, how many liters of sauce can she make? To find the answer for that, just divide this 15 by 5. That is 3 liters. So you can make 3 liters of sauce. Now the B part is, how many tomatoes does she need for 2 liters of sauce? So actually for 1 liter of sauce, how many tomato needed? 5. 1 liter, 5. Then 2 liter, how many tomatoes? 1 liter, 5 tomato. 2 liter, 5 plus 5 tomato. Because 1 liter, 5 tomato. 2 liter means 1 plus 1. So 5 plus 5. So the answer for the B part is 1 liter is 5 tomatoes. 2 liter, that is 10 tomatoes. It's a very simple question, right? Okay. Now we will move on to the very next question, the fifth one. Here is a recipe to make 12 gingerbread men. Work out how much flour, butter, and sugar are needed to make 24 gingerbread men. Copy and complete the table shown below. So these are the items. And this is the tabular column for 24 gingerbread men. How much flour needed, how much butter needed, how much sugar needed. See, they have given the details for how much quantity that each flour, butter, and sugar needed to make 12 gingerbread. So 12 gingerbread men, they gave the quantities. We need to find for 24 gingerbread men. So is there any connection between this 12 and 24? Yes, the double of 12 is 24. So for making 12 gingerbread men, you just need these much of all quantities. For 24 gingerbread, how will you find? Just double each of these quantity, because the double of 12 is 24. So they already given the quantity for 12 gingerbread. For 24, we just double each of the quantity. So we will be getting the quantity needed for 24 gingerbread men. So shall we start doing the answer part? Okay. So see here they have given, we need to find flour, butter and sugar. So flour, for 12 gingerbread, it is 350. So for 24 gingerbread, how many? Double of 350. That is 350 multiplied by 2. That is 700 grams. Now, what about butter? Yes, butter, it is 125 gram for 12 gingerbread. So for 24 gingerbread, double of 125. So what is double of 125? 125 multiplied by 2. That is 250 grams. Now, the next one is sugar. Sugar they have mentioned as 175 grams needed for 12 gingerbread. So how many needed for 24 gingerbread? That is 175 divided by, 175 multiplied by 2. So that is how much? So by doubling, we will be getting the answer as this. So now you understand how to find the answer for this question. Already they have given the quantities needed to make 12 gingerbread. We need to find how many quantities needed for to make 24 gingerbread. So 12 and 24, the connection is double of 12 is 24. So we just double each the quantity so that we can able to prepare 24 gingerbread. Is this clear? Yes. Next comes a follow-up for you. This is your question. Here is a bead pattern. For every one purple bead, there are 4 green beads. Draw bead patterns to match these description. For every one black bead, 3 beads are white. In every 3 beads, 1 is white. See, this is the way. That is, this is already mentioned. Here is a bead pattern. For every one purple, there are 4 green beads. That is 1 purple, 1, 2, 3, 4 green. Again 1 purple, 4 green bead in continuous. So you have to draw pattern for these two description. Okay. Here they have given 2 colors. That is for every one black bead, you have to draw 3 beads which are white. Here in every 3 beads, 1 is white. So the one color is white, the another color you can choose as per on your choice. So draw the pattern in your math note, share it via Class Dojo. This is your follow-up. Just go through all the questions. If you have any doubt or if you're stuck somewhere, you can either call or message me and clear your doubts. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you.